Hey everyone, welcome to Speaking to the Universe. I'm Dan Troxel and I'm here with Tatiana Giacinti. Welcome.
Thank you for the invitation.
This is great. So Tatiana, you are a very interesting person. So you moved from Paris. You're distinctly involved in the high fashion, secondhand clothing world. You're a photographer and you're a big supporter of the local Des Moines arts community.
I love your descriptions. Thank you. Yes, I think that's pretty much correct. Yeah, I love that.
So you're not in Paris anymore. So
Mm-mm.
what's the story there?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's all about job opportunity, right? So yeah, I've been seeking jobs in the United States since 2013. I mean, since a few years ago. My goal was to find a job in New York City or New Jersey. That was near in 2014. I lived in New York City previously. I lived in New Jersey, and I had three visas, work visas. Like the first one is not a work visa; it was an au pair visa in New Jersey, and then I had a work visa for a year and a half in New York City in the 2011, 2012. So those like first experience in the United States were like I I loved it. That was like one of my best years of my life. So it was always back and forth between France, I mean Paris, New Jersey, back to Paris, New York, back to Paris. And then I don't know, for some reason I said, no, I want to go back. I want to find a job in New York City to keep, the life that I started in 2012. I mean, 2011, 2012. And interestingly, finding a company that was able to sponsor me and get a visa, work visa, to be able to work like on a legal status in the United States, it was so hard. Like I was not able, I mean, the job was not lacking. Is companies able to sponsor? That was rare.
Sure.
And so I made myself unemployed to be full-time, like searching for the dream job that could make me back to the United States. And I had some like good leads in New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, but not to the point I could be like realistic and have this job. So until like random nights where you check for the last like time your email and you have something in your mailbox that is like shining a job in Des Moines in my industry. So I had a specific background in cosmetologies. So my goal was to work for a manufacturer of ingredients, like supplier of ingredients for skincare. It's a very niche, it's not niche, but it's very specific, specialized industry, all entire personal care, cosmetic, but on a B2B supplier level, that the manufacturer of ingredients and chemical for this specific type of product, manufacturing this product. So interestingly, there is a company in Des Moines that does such the chemistry and science that was supplying some of the cosmetic industry or brands in the US. So I work for Chemin Industries now. And it was very random. It was very unique like offer. And they were searching like a marketing person to be able to do some marketing for this like specific line of product. And I literally applied, and it took me 2 weeks to get it. I got the
Wow.
job in 2 weeks.
So that was the
And
email in your inbox.
yes, although it was a network, I was very active, as you know how I am right here in the US. Like I love like the networking and chatting with people, and so I was doing a similar. I was like this is myself, so I love the networking. I love working people with the same in the same community, and so this person helped me in a way because he said, I know, like I was just sharing your story, and then I try to find this job in the US, and then he knew and he saw this job offer. He said, Tatiana, I think that you should apply for this job. And I applied, and he was right. That was a job for me. And then indeed I checked, it was not New York, but I'm like, it's been like more than 6 months that I'm searching for this job in New York. And then Des Moines, I mean, I had no idea. Like I've been all the way to the coast. I've been traveling a lot in the US, and then I've never explored the Midwest. I went to Chicago. That was the further center that I could have been. And I'm like, I'm just, if it's gonna be faced, like if I apply, I have this job, it's meant to be. So happened that I applied, it went perfectly, it was so smooth, like I don't know, I felt like welcome. Like I said, no, it's a sign, like they want me, I can bring something here. And then it's been 6 years now I got this job, so I think like I'm doing pretty well.
Wow, good
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
I came with a work visa, and now
like
I have
public
my green card.
relations or marketing?
No, I do marketing, and then within the 6 years, I changed a little bit department. So I still do marketing, but I'm not working for the original line of product. I've been changing like 3 times the type of product that I'm marketing.
Okay.
But yeah, still working for Kemin Industries, and now it's doing great. And yeah, so now I have my green card. So yeah.
Wow,
So
yeah,
I belong to this
congratulations.
country now for 10 years. Yes. I don't have this feeling of being like, I need to pack again, like in 2 years, something like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
such a great feeling
Yeah.
to say, no, I'm established, I belong here. It's official. I love that.
So how do you like living in Des Moines? You just said you belong here. So you feel really comfortable and you're happy that you
Yeah,
moved.
no, I got a red carpet. I got a red carpet, and I cannot be more thankful for the people that I know. I know, that I know a lot of people. I think to me it's a
Right.
lot. I've never had this like amount of like friendship, and also like being able to finally belong to a neighborhood, belong to a community, having people referencing me, having like a consistent friendship, and just being more than 2 years a place. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, because since like I'm a young adult, since like the 20s, I've never like been more than 2 years in one same location. Like I've been always moving. And then I think now like Des Moines, I think it's a great place to land and be comfortable, cozy. It's super cozy, right? You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in, I mean, 6 years ago, we don't have the same Des Moines that what it is right now. But I think the way it grew, it's fine. It's accurate way to grow. We're not. I don't know if we would look like a Nashville or Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, or even a Denver, like those type of like medium-sized cities, Minneapolis, something like Kansas, like those medium-sized. We're not there yet. I just hope that we will be more crafty and keep some history, rather than being just a modern, like brand new city with no emotion, history, and like uniqueness. So
Yeah,
I still
we've got a lot
keep
going
going,
on
but
here.
yeah, a lot of things
We
going on.
really
But
do.
I just hope like some people will do the right choice of what they want to do with Des Moines and not be too
Eh,
new.
Yeah, and you're talking about Nashville. I thought of the music there, and Des Moines
Yeah,
really has
well,
a lot of stuff going on. They've got,
of course,
the
the
music
music is like
festival,
prominent.
arts
It's
festival.
probably not the right first city to mention, but just like the history, like the keeping the original of the city, but still like improving in a way, having like more neighborhood development. I don't know if that was a topic you want to talk about, because I have,
City planning.
but no. So I think no, I to answer skip this part of the answer. I think without this top in Des Moines city, in Des Moines, I would have never been able to like become who I am right now. And this
Uh-huh.
entire photography, and then putting a name, like I started being artist, photographer. I don't even know if I would be able to do that being in New York City or even in Paris. I think Des Moines allows me to become not just this like Monday to Friday worker, but like having this like entire photography artist status and be recognized at that and having shows. So I think it's the giant opportunity in life. And I think the
So,
name is mainly responsible for that. Yeah.
so let's talk more about your photography. So
Sure.
describe it to me as if I'm someone who's never seen it before. What's your photography all about?
I
And I've
think,
been to a couple of your shows, so I know what I
thank
see,
you.
but
Yeah.
just describe it.
Yeah. So first, I think that I need to talk about the medium. So it's photography, and then I take photos with only film cameras. So analog photography. Um, all the show you could have seen or photos you see online are made with a film camera and a film 35 millimeter. So I don't do digital unless I use my iPhone. Um, so this is like the medium I use, and I put it in the category of street photography because most, and I would say 95% of the photography happened outside. And I take photo when I am on the street or when I'm driving, but I'm gonna park the car, take the photo of what I'm seeing. So that would be very street photography, very sextant, unplanned. I don't ask a building, calling a building saying, I'm gonna have a photo shoot with you this day. I'm gonna take a photo of you. So this is like
They're already posing.
extreme spontaneous photos that I take whenever I have my camera ready. And so pretty much unplanned photos. And then the
So when
theme,
you say
yeah,
street photography, you really mean the street. So the
right,
buildings
that
on the
I am on
street.
the
So
sidewalk. Yes,
you really focus on what's happening on the other side of the sidewalk or what's
correct.
happening
Yes.
with the signage.
Mm-hmm. And then, so I have a few elements and a few things that more attracts my eyes. So first, like the entire United States vibe is like something that I love, and I always see something that is very odd and curious, or a certain like symmetry that is happening like not on purpose. And so I'm going to take a lot of buildings and like I call that facade. It's like the front of a building that has been isolated somewhere, and I always see some like I see beauty in something ugly. So most of the photo, when you look at, if I talk about buildings or frontage of a place or a building, it's probably the most ugly or the most ugliest. I'm gonna emphasize that, but the ugliest building in the city or town or when I'm like on the road. But I'm going to like just make it so magnificent and say, oh my God, something is happening right now. So I have this envy, and so the direction of the photo that I'm taking is like pulling out kind of some like ugliness and oddity and very something curious or a symmetry that is happening on like certain like architecture of building. So that I love this type of aspect when I'm like on the street. And then I'm sure you know about that. I love my passion for classic car and
Yeah.
America, all this Americana vibe of seeing suddenly just like it's like almost an angel passing. You see this beautiful vintage car, like the color that ever like that doesn't exist, and then a model, a make that is like just like incredible. So I would love taking photo of car parked, and there is just beautiful like the classic car that
Hmm.
can be like randomly parked there for like 5 minutes, but I went there and praise the owner is just right around the corner. He sees me seeing like taking the photo of like his baby. So yeah, classic car is also something that I enjoy a lot taking photo of. And then and like whatever like I call that the category I call that nature is any trees, cactus, bushes, palm trees, all this like greenery that has provide like a certain structure of the scene. I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to take a photo of that probably.
So
Um,
would you call yourself a minimalist photographer?
yes, I do
Because
have
when I
some
first
pieces
saw
that
your
are very
stuff,
minimalist. Yes, so not all photos will enter this category of minimalist because some photo are very packed with details. But there's very clean photo where there's just a piece of streets and then the building and then the sky. So one of the biggest common points in my photos is always very sunny and the sky is blue. And I think that's when the atmosphere and when the sky is blue, that's where like the color or like it's just my eyes just like loving this vibe. And the color tone that is happening when you shoot film with a nice blue sky, I just love it. And then the contrast is incredible. So if you say like if you film like some Hector from Kodak, the Hector hundreds, or even some Velvia from Fuji, if you have like an amazing blue sky, I can guarantee that the photo are going to be amazing and gorgeous. So,
Right.
and I'm not touching the photo. I just like, I have a good photo. It is what it is. And
Right.
just I trust the camera, I trust the film to like provide what I've been seeing. And I think the accuracy of the vintage look, the lofi look that a film camera really translate perfectly what I've been seeing.
So you shoot with some expired film too.
I do. It's challenging because some are like very expired and it gives like a very grainy look. So it could be a style, but I'm not shooting every time with expired film because I'm very cautious and I really want to see all the colors that day when I was taking the photo, that you may not see all those color because it would be very grainy and like have a hazy purple,
Sure.
pinky like filter. It's a style, but I don't want to have that style on all the photos. It's not what I'm looking for. So it's sometimes it could be fun to shoot with expired film, but not all the time. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so let's. Do you have any shows coming up? Virtual
I
or
do. Okay,
what's going on there?
so let's not talk about coronavirus. So I'm very lucky to have a good relationship with the folks at the Lift downtown.
Oh yeah.
And they allow me to have a show on a yearly basis usually. So this
Good.
year I was supposed to have my fourth show at the Lift. Currently the bar is closed, therefore the show is postponed. So not on wood that the situation would be better at the end of the year, but I was supposed to have a show in last May at the Lift. Postponed. I'm not sure it's canceled. It's gonna just be rescheduled sometimes later this year, next year, when they will work on their agenda. But so that is what was supposed to happen. And then I am actually getting ready for a brand new, it's not a show, so I'm going to provide an artwork and a art exhibition in a coffee called the Brew House, so if I say right, in Pella. So
okay.
one of it's a connection that I have, and I'm pretty like very lucky about this connection. So she has a coffee place in Pella, and she redecorated inside, and there is actually a giant wall which is pure white. Amazing.
Perfect.
So we've been working together of getting like dressing this wall with photos. And so right before the call, I was actually placing some of them in frames and I was signing. So you catch me right on my like side side job. And so I'm pretty excited about that because it would be like a long-term show exhibition or like a permanent artwork in the coffee. So
Nice.
there is no theme specifically. It's really like she loved the photo that I take, so she entrusted me to like create a few stories. So we're gonna have 5 stories, and each of them has like a classic car in it, like one piece of like palm trees of cactus, another like very American elements. So like it's four photos and the 4 stories, and then I have another set which is the 5th one. It's coffee that I took, I mean, through the past like 15 years probably. So one coffee is in Austria, one coffee is in Paris, one coffee is in Amsterdam, and then the fourth one is in Italy. So they have like 4 different coffee in like a photo of a shoot of coffee cups or that I took through the years in different countries. So that's a specific signature because it's a coffee place. So we wanted to have that touch of like this cup of coffee. But then the 4 other stories are like really like Tatiana signature of like the best photos that I ever took. So I'm pretty excited. And I've printed a pretty large size because if you go to these coffees, the ceiling is very high and it's a large place. So I didn't want to look too ridiculous. So I busted the size. They're like at 36, 24. And I printed on I placed a white frame around, which is something I've never done before. So I'm like exploring new printing style, and it looks pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. So that's
looking forward to seeing more of that.
Yeah, you would know about it. And then otherwise, it's pretty slow. Trying to reconnect with a few people.
Sure.
But I think, I mean, it's slow. It's amazing to already have like a show at the Lives that could happen like sooner or later, and having this opportunity at the coffee. So I think it's I should be very thankful for that. Being still active. Yeah.
So let me ask you about high fashion.
Oh yeah, that's another type of question.
Secondhand high fashion. So who is As Seen on Me?
Right. So.
And what do you do, and what is that all about?
All right. Well, I am one of the faces of the As Seen on Me brand. So as you know, the As Seen on TV. So technically, the name comes from this inspiration of As Seen on. ME. So the me is not. It could be me or it could be you. But ME stands for Megan Evans.
Right.
So Megan Evans, this gorgeous woman in Des Moines, is on As Seen on Me. So she's someone extremely passionate about fashion, vintage, secondhand, and anything that is against fast fashion. Like, she is not embracing this type of like process of buying clothes because she believes in the sustainability. And then, first, she's vegan. And so she has this entire like lifestyle and philosophy about like making good things for the planet. She's very involved in politics as well, so she knows like what's going on all the time. Very cautious of the environment. If she sees a plastic cup on the street, like believe that she will run on it and like put it in the garbage. She doesn't drink with straws. So like she has some like a certain lifestyle that is matching with the philosophy of As Seen on Me, and then really like. She want to make this brand kind of something that all women would believe. There is like so many message behind, and really like making yourself. You could look great, and you could look amazing just by wearing like secondhand clothes. Like, you don't have to buy brand new. You can make yourself be like looking at as amazing as Megan with. Goodwill or Salvation Army or any like secondhand or swaps and thrift clothes. So I wish Megan would be there to explain also further. But I think she has some beliefs, and she wants to use As Seen on Me to like as a reason and an avenue, a way to express all her different positioning towards environment, sustainability, sometimes politics, and she's linking always those aspects of the ecology, economy to the fashion. So there is always a link to fashion when you're creative enough.
So you're a brand ambassador, basically,
for
As Seen on Me. And so I want to ask you, so do you ever get something that you're about ready to, show? Something that you're going to model?
Yeah.
and you
So
just
and
say, wow,
specifically, I
this
think I
is,
have
so you
yeah.
want to just say like, wow, I'm not going to let this one go. This, I love this one. I'm going to show it, but you don't get it. Do you
You,
ever, that must happen to you all the time,
for
right? I mean,
clothing,
do you
you
love,
mean like the
I mean,
something I
if you
could
love the
wear?
clothes, I
Yes.
mean, if you love the clothes and you love showing off the clothes, is
Yes.
it hard to let go of them? Because you're doing it because you're, they're advertising, right?
Yeah, yeah. I do buy from Megan, and sometimes I like she take it back and then she would resell it, or we swap, or there is yeah, it's just like this. It depends, because there is like some piece of clothes that you would have a hard time to give it back. So,
Yeah.
but I'm fine like to just wear it for a few like couple of years, and then like no, and I like exchange, I should get something else, um so no, I honestly like I moved last October, so I had to like clean and organize my closet, and I just realized I have so many clothes from Megan's.
Mm.
And they're all original, like it's so unique. And then every time that I wear something from Megan, I have always a comment like, where do you get that? Oh my god, your dress is so pretty. Oh my god, you're da da da, or your shoe, not no shoe. I wish shoes we don't have the same size, but um, like pants, dress, blouse, top, whatever. Every time those are like unique pieces, and I have always compliment. They're yeah, she has a good eye. She's a good stripper.
That's great.
Yeah, no, honestly, and then I want to help her as much as I could, and it's time consuming, not for me, make just like to make something happen like that. I think she has a vision, and I think she needs help and opportunities and money, of course, to make it happen. I think we're still talking about what's the next step for Asin Oni. Does she want to make this brand the next few years?
And you
There are
sell
a
them
lot
at
of,
pop-ups, right? These are
yes.
all
So
pop-ups that she takes the
yes,
clothes out to a
correct.
location, and
Yes, and that's the
yeah,
beauty of
that's
Des
really a neat
Moines. Des
idea.
Moines allows a lot those type of like one night show. It's great because venues, places are very flexible, and they love the traffic. They love having like one night events because it brings like people at like the bar, and they make money out of that.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to like combine fun and activities after work. So no, we need more of those. And even like when I back to the subject earlier about I'm traveling quite often. I'm lucky with work, so I've been like going to like different like, large cities, and then they're like even like an example of Portland. They have like thrift store and vintage store like next to each other, and it's not competing. It's just like a giant like street wall. And then you have like vintage, you can walk and just buy vintage. I'm like, why we don't have that in Des Moines? We need more vintage store. Like
Right.
we have one here, one there, but just like, can we have more vintage?
So Portland has a lot more bridges than Des Moines, so they can probably afford
Yeah,
that.
so that's pretty proportionally where there were number of bridge. Yeah, with that we have the number of vintage. Yeah, oh, everything proportional. Yeah.
Hey, so I
No,
got a big question for you.
yeah, tell me.
So, all right, so if you were stuck on a desert island that had Paris on one side and Des Moines on the other side, how would you plan your parties?
Okay, I want to ask you to repeat that because I don't. Okay, I got the vision. Okay, I'm stuck in the desert island. There is like Des Moines on one side, Paris on the other side, and I don't get the party things. Can you repeat?
I mean, Des Moines and Paris, they're just like so different
Yes. So I have to
locations,
choose
and
what
it's not a
side I
desert
would go.
island anymore. Hey, come on, it's a silly question. It's not a desert island anymore. But I mean, so
Okay.
if you're going to plan an event,
Oh yeah.
you
Okay.
know, let's say parties or art show
Okay.
or, pop up, how would you do that with those two locations in mind?
So timing would be hard because Demon art shows start at 4:30 and Demon and Parisian vernissage start at 10 p.m. So we need to find a way to get an agreement on when this party is starting.
Exactly. We could run one at one time and then move over.
Right. It could be two shifts. It could be two shifts. The Demon, like
That would
for
be
Demon
perfect.
folks, early at 4 p.m. and then everybody's in bed at 8, and then that's where the Parisian are going just to show up.
Oh, they'd have to set their alarm clock for another hour later,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
You get up to get to the one at 10.
So yeah.
That's pretty interesting. So did you have a chance to go to a lot of art shows when you were in Paris?
Oh yeah.
Was it-
The numbers of galleries, museums, it's just insane. I just prayed 10% of it. Yeah, I went. I'm so lucky to have been like to grow up in the capital, and how many museums I've been visiting, galleries.
Right.
It's just constant exposure. Even in New York City, like the entire Chelsea and also like giant like museum, worldwide size museums. And I've been also to LA and Chicago. They have like just galleries everywhere in museums. So I've been seeing a few shows and photography shows. So in Paris, you have the Museum of the Photography. Just you wake up in the morning and say, I am going to Museum of the Photography. It's just amazing. You have the best photographer exhibited. Joel Meyerowitz put there. I mean, just like drooling, goosebumps, just thinking that you're going to see all those like beautiful work. And then there is another one called Jeu de Paume. It's near the Louvre or the Tuileries. And this one also has like amazing schedule. And then the curator where there are like picking the right artist. I mean, the type of artist they just want to see. So yeah, those are my two favorite museums.
Okay, so the next time you go over there,
yes,
when it's safe to travel, so we need to do another follow-up interview with you there, and then we can ask the same question and end up with maybe a totally different answer.
I love talking about photography, and so I actually I have been preparing a few things, so I could have actually go to this question: how you discover photography, what made you have this passion. So these men, I don't know if it's flipped. Do you see? Can you read it, or is it? Yeah. So sure. That book was in Princeton, New Jersey, Nassau Street, the library. So there was a Princeton library on Nassau Street. And I was there because I was a nanny, and my free time, I was just walking down the street, and then I need to do some books. That was 2008. So I mean, iPhone was not existing at all. Like if you want to read, you buy books. And so I was in the library, and that one was just like in the middle. Like they had like sales, in library you have always like a sale box, but. And then I was starting to browse that book, and I'm like, oh my God, stop everything. Like, this is gorgeous. All those like Americana photos are like just incredibly fantastic and beautiful. And I think it's entirely responsible for the style I have, which is highly inspired. And yeah, I mean, hello. Just
yes.
I did not invent anything. It's my style. Like, this is all inspired by those men. And also, Robert Adams. I have that book. It's those men we lived the era that I wish I would have been living. Like
Right.
So
that's nice to hear how that inspired you.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if I could point back to a single event or incident or something like that. But that's really nice to hear.
Yeah, no, the finding this book was a debut of my entire passion to photography. And back in the day, I used to take photo with a Sony Cybershot. I don't know if you had one. It was like break.
Yes.
The screen on the back to see the photo was just like, I don't know, 2 inches wide, like so small. And that was like the first like digital camera.
So you do all film. So what kind of camera do you use?
Yeah, so I have right now for all the first photos I ever took, so it was I don't have it, it's in the basement, but it was an LCA plus from the brand Lomography. So I was taking photos first with they call that toy cameras. So there is a brand called Lomography. Plastic, yeah, cameras. Yep. The LCA is pretty much more sophisticated, but I took photo with La Sardina and LCS for pretty like 5 to 8 years. Those are like super pocket size, and then just click, but you get amazing you get the vibe like that I wanted. And so after I upgraded a little bit, and then I got these like Minolta SRT. It's most of all the photo you've been seeing so far is from that. And then
what number is that?
The SRT 100.
100?
Yeah, 100. I got it at the Funky Junk down the street. And I bought it. It was on the shelf, and I asked if it worked. They say I have no idea. So I just, take first photo. I'm like, oh, I was addicted. So this one is like a 50 millimeter lens, which is like making shorter. So I have to position mesh in different way. And then now it's like slightly like more sophisticated. It's a Canon. It's from the 2000. Like it's almost like the EOS 3000. So if you Google it, it's pretty like so old. So my sister had it. It's film still, and like super basic, like setup. So it's like semi-automatic. So you have to do some like setup, but I'm pretty simple when I take photos. I'm not seeking sophisticated, as long as I can be fast. That's what I want. I want to be fast because I'm driving. Right. It's right here. And I want to sneak this photo. I don't want to be like spending 15 minutes trying to do the right setup. And I have one chance. I don't want to spend it's one time, it's a single shot. So that's why I use more like simple cameras that allows those type of like fast features and not spending time to like calculate the lighting and blah, blah, blah. Like, no.
Right.
So, but it's still
Since we're sharing, I'll show you the camera that I got at a flea market, place called Pick or Nose, which I can only laugh when I say that name. But anyway, so this is I got it for like $50, and it didn't work when I got it, but it's lens reflex.
Oh yeah.
Yashica.
Those are great. Yeah, you can take amazing photos.
Yeah, it's fun. I get to look down so people can't tell I'm actually looking at them. Yeah. But that's one of my favorite cameras because it's just a little off. The exposures you can see some interesting edge because the edge isn't perfectly sharp on the inside of the camera. So there's a little bit of edginess to the film.
So those are like good to take photos of people in the street. So like I think Joel Meyerovich used most of those type of cameras. And so those are like more if you want to take photos of crowds because it's like on the hip. So you just take photos, but you could be part of the crowd that people don't know you're taking a photo of them. So
focusing is not as easy.
Yeah, true.
But I'm a little slow with focusing anyway.
Yeah.
But so Joel Meyerowitz, I was just reading something about him. This is a few years ago, but he had a book that came out with, what's the name of the other guy? He and another photographer in New York put out a really nice book about street photography, urban photography. I'll have to get that
and send that to you, the name of it.
Eventually.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. For another conversation. So, wow, thanks, Tatiana. Really appreciate having a conversation with you.
We could talk forever about that, but no, it's always very passionable subject for sure. So anytime if you have other type of question, and I'm very happy to answer any questions on any subjects. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you for this opportunity.
So I've been speaking with Tatiana Giacinti today. Thanks, Tatiana. Like I said, I really appreciate having the conversation with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
likewise.
just so you know, you can check out more of these discussions on my YouTube channel called Speaking to the Universe. And if you like it, please subscribe. And it's where a lot of really interesting people get together and talk about film, literature, philosophy, spirituality, beer, lots of beer, poetry, photography, and music, and whatnot, anything. So thanks for viewing.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.